A devastating fire on ISU's campus early this morning. Good afternoon, I'm Amber O'Brien.
And I'm Bo Ebenezer. TV 10 was on the scene at the time of the fire. Shannon Helms has the start of our team coverage.
What started out as a cold and rainy night quickly turned into a night of confusion and concern as students gathered outside to watch a fire at the Delta Sig fraternity house.
It was about like 12:10 at night. We heard the fire trucks, so we just came out and checked it out and just saw that there's a small fire coming out from the roof.
The light fixture in the second floor bathroom caught fire, and it actually fell down. We extinguished it right away, but when we looked up, we saw that the insulation in the attic had caught fire. And at that moment, we called the fire department and got everybody out of the house as quick as we could.
With only a couple weeks of school remaining, the Delta Sigs may have to rely on friends or other members living around campus for a place to stay.
Well, luckily, we have a lot of brothers who live outside of the house, and I just talked to everybody, and everybody has a place to sleep for the night, apartments, and just floors and couches.
After an hour battling the flames outside the Delta Sig house, firefighters have finally put out the fire. It is unsure what the Delta Sigs will do, but no one was hurt in the fire. For TV 10 News, I'm Shannon Helms.
Back on scene of the fire today, there are several people working.
And they're asking questions and trying to figure out what happens next.
TV 10's Jasmine Humble has been checking that out. She joins us now live. Jasmine?
Thanks. I'm live at the top of Junction Place parking garage where just below me is the damage of the roof of the fraternity Delta Sigma Phi frat house that caught fire last night. The aftermath has left a huge hole in the caping ceiling where you can see has left quite a damage. The windows in the front are broken out where you can actually look into the rooms of the men and appear that all the rubble has to be inside. The killers are also damage, and the men are standing around down outside. The fire department told us this morning how challenging the fire was to fight.
This is actually getting to the fire. Whenever there's a fire in the attic, you know, you try to get underneath it, pull the ceiling, get to it and stuff like that. There was just too much fire, too much volume of fire, so we actually had to back out, and a huge section of the roof had already burned through. So the flames were probably, 25, 30 feet in the air when the firefighters left the building.
Thanks. While the fire is under control and the fire is already out, the men are down there still standing around supporting each other. Reporting live, I'm Jasmine Humble. Back to you at the desk.
Thanks, Jasmine. The lives of the students who lived in the house have also been severely impacted.
Many of the students' personal items were destroyed, so finishing up the semester may be difficult.
TV 10's Amanda Piggott joins us live in the newsroom.
Thanks, Amber. Last night's fire at the Delta Sigma Phi fraternity house may have you wondering, what will these students do without a roof over their heads? ISU has already started making adjustments to help them go on with the semester. The critical incident response team was there to make sure the students of Delta Sigma Pi were safe and had a place to stay, at least for the rest of the night.
And they were at the scene very quickly last evening to make sure, one, that they had a place to stay. That was the most important thing since it was after midnight. And most of the 23 students had a place to stay immediately.
This is not the first time something like this has happened on campus. In 2005, a fire in some off-campus apartments on Phoenix Avenue destroyed a good portion of the building and left nearly 100 students without a place to stay.
In that situation, it was pretty extensive damage. It actually, ironically, was pretty close to this time of year as well. And so, the same steps were followed, and we were able to get those students through finals week and out at the end of the semester with minimal disruption.
It's very close to finals, so if they need any books, need any leeway with their professors, need any notes recreated, things like that. So it'll be an ongoing service until the semester ends.
With only 8 days left of the regular semester before finals, the students are making sure they can finish the semester smoothly. Students will sit down with deans and other officials that will make sure they have the materials they need to be successful. Reporting for TV 10 News, I'm Amanda Piggott.
Thanks, Amanda. The Normal Fire Department is now asking for your help. Due to the extent of the damage, pictures and video will help piece together the events of the fire. If you have photos, video, or any additional information about this fire, please email it to fireinfo@normal.org. News of the fire is also spreading on the internet. Between Facebook and Twitter, relief efforts are already underway. And the women of Delta are stepping up to help by collecting money and food for those who lived in the house.
Video of fire is all over YouTube already. A lot of people were at the scene with cameras last night, and one video in particular is getting noticed. One normal residence video is receiving much attention from NBC Chicago.
I was just sitting here in my room working on my computer. My younger brother, who was sitting next to me, he got a phone call from one of his friends stating that there was a fire over at the fraternity house, so we grabbed camera, headed over to the frat house and just checked it out for ourselves. This like awning right here, if the actual roof caved in, I was thinking that it was looking like this awning right here was gonna fall forward with the pillars. I figured it was probably just a little house fire. We pulled up, we saw the flames from blocks away, and yeah, it was a lot more than we were expecting to see.
News stations throughout the state can only be happy with the uploads online.
I think it's definitely a benefit for news stations and other people to have iPhones, cameras, and this kind of technology because it just allows easier access.
TV 10 is being asked to share video with Peoria TV stations who weren't here to cover it last night. And for more coverage, you can check out our website at tv10.ilstu.edu.
In other news today, population growth may change the boundaries of 8 out of 74 precincts, mainly in Bloomington as the McLean County Board redrew its 10 districts. Most of the changes would be in Bloomington, which has grown to over 76,000 in 2010, up from over 64,000 in 2000. Across the country, population increased by 12.7%. And a wind turbine could be providing half of the power for Heartland Community College's campus by this time next year. The college's Board of Trustees voted last night to intensify the research needed to figure out if a turbine would be financially feasible. Heartland says initial research figures the turbine could provide half of the college's electricity and save about $400,000 a year in energy costs.
McDonald's is looking to expand the number of people they employ with their National Hiring Day that took place yesterday. TV 10's Alyssa Plack was there and has the story.
McDonald's opened their doors to all people looking for jobs yesterday. The Golden Arches celebrated their National Hiring Day yesterday, taking in applications and interviewing potential employees. McDonald's was looking to hire about 50,000 employees nationally yesterday, as they held interviews at the restaurants all day.
There's two purposes, I think. One, of course, is staff our restaurants, especially during the peaks, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, trying to staff up, build those sales so we can make money. I mean, it's a business, obviously. Second is kind of to build our brand image. We're looking to kind of redefine what it is, what it means to work at McDonald's.
This particular McDonald's on Empire is holding interviews for the ones on university and college, and they hope to pick up 3 or 4 employees each. Employee Mark Bradshaw made an unlikely comeback in his 16-year McDonald's career. Losing contact with his parents at an early age set him out on the streets of Seattle. He spent 12 years hitchhiking and said his feet have walked over 4 million miles. Upon landing in Bloomington, Bradshaw says he realized it was time to hang up his boots. His reaction when he found out he was hired?
Ecstatic. I was very happy. I know I had a lot of experience under my belt from the other stores I worked at, and just to be off the street forever. I mean, the idea that I was not going to go back there anymore was perfect for me.
And he's been flipping burgers for the Clown ever since. He even competed to serve athletes in the 2002 Olympics in Salt Lake City and won the all-expense-paid trip.
What can you say about Mark Bradshaw? Yeah, he's a great asset to the store here.
Bradshaw says National Hiring Day is a great opportunity for all job applicants looking for a stepping stone into their future career. With over 31,000 restaurants worldwide, employing more than 1.5 million people, local restaurants are looking to pick up anywhere from 2 to 4 people. For TV 10 News, I'm Alyssa Plack.
All right, thanks, Alyssa. And on campus today is a man who likes to live life on the edge.
He specializes in, well, just about anything dangerous. Animal Planet audiences know Jeff Corwin as host of the Jeff Corwin Experience, one of the most popular shows on cable TV. Corwin has been working for for the conservation of endangered species and ecosystems since he was a teenager, working with animals all over the world. Today, students on ISU's campus have the chance to meet Corwin and ask about his adventures. He'll be doing a question and answer session at Milner Library from 3 to 4 p.m.
And April showers bring May flowers, but lately storms have been hitting hard across the country, including central Illinois.
And see what happened when a kindergartner brought a gun to school yesterday. That's coming up after the break.